Welcome to Soul Healing with Bree. Today we're going to sit together and we're going to call in our spiritual guidance team of the highest Christed light to be with us for this. But the main intention of today's session is for us all to get our consciousness really attuned into our own, each of us, our own individual and unique authentic flow. Right before sitting down, I was making my coffee tea. I've been doing coffee tea in the morning. It's a blend of tea and coffee. And it's been it's a very powerful self-care ritual for me. It also includes, this is my little pitch. I don't make money from this, but this is spirituality on Earth evolution. It's got purple lotus flower in it. And I would really encourage any of you that we talk here a lot about dreams, your dream time. If you're having a hard time remembering your dreams, this would help. This spirituality. It's got a funny name too. But 2026. I really want 2026 for all of you to be the year that you find your authentic flow. Now, this doesn't mean that in 2026, you finding your authentic flow is going to look one particular way. Your authentic flow is going to look different moment to moment, day to day, month to month, week to week. Your authentic flow isn't this thing that is rigid by any means. Your authentic flow isn't something that, it doesn't look a certain way, your authentic flow. It just doesn't. Your authentic flow means you're moving through your life from your heart and you're honoring each moment. You're honoring each emotion. You're honoring each inspiration that comes through you. You're honoring your needs. So those of you that are watching this now, and then those of you that are watching this in the future, your Akashic Records guides, everyone has Akashic Records guides, even if you don't know it and you're completely unaware of it. You have guides within the Akashic Records, you do, each and every single one of you. And what those guides are telling me right now is that the year of 2026 is going to be a year where you need to look in the mirror, all of you, and be really honest about, what do I need? Because what your guides are showing me is that most of you, I would encourage you to get an Akashic reading if you feel your purpose coming online. I would encourage you to get an Akashic reading if you're sensing your higher self, but you feel a perception that you're disconnected from your higher self. You are not. And so when you access your Akashic Records, you'll realize that. And you'll also get insights that you've hidden from yourself in the way of things that you kept locked in your subconscious. So the conscious might not be able to access some of the stuff that you can access within the Akashic Records, because the Akashic Records, I do. But let me get going with the transmission. Okay, because I want to hear from these guides. I've got a lot of your guides in my consciousness, so I want to share what they have to say. They're just saying denial of needs. Denial of needs. A lot of you are, I'm asking, is this everyone? that's watching this now and in the future? Yes. What my guides are saying is all of you to some degree are denying your own needs. Why? Programming. So the reason that a lot of you are denying your own needs is because you have programs telling you you're not allowed to have the needs. You're not allowed to fulfill the needs. You're not even allowed to, like, this is what it's coming through. You're not even allowed to want these things that you need. So this is childhood conditioning. This is also teenage conditioning. So what I'm seeing is the age of 7 to 14. I'm just going to get channeling on this now. Just reading the energy, and I'm working with the guides. And 7 to 14, I'm showing that a lot of you, this is when you shut down your needs. And they're actually showing me a pronunciation. They're showing me 0 to 7 is something we're going to address in the session, but this session in particular about around your authentic flow is addressing mainly and predominantly your 7 to 14 age group. But they're also showing me a little bit, we're going to dip into a little bit, we're going to touch on energetically a little bit, 14 to 21. And then some of you, it's a little bit, they're giving me like an arrow. They're showing me this is what I'm seeing in my clairvoyance. I'm seeing 0 to 7. We're going to like do a little bit there, mostly on the 7 to 14. But 14 to 21, some of you are going to feel more there. And then some of you are going to feel a little bit more 21 to 28. We're going to touch on that development, evolutionary period of your life. All right. So let's see here. I want you to all do this with me. We're going to do a little bit of energy work in the session. It's needed for all of you. So if you're not driving or operating machinery, we're going to do some energy work today together as a group in a love nest. All of the healing that's channeling through me right now and going out into the field and you are all feeling it comes from source, okay? So I want to be really clear about that. I'm not healing you. You are healing you, and the way that you're healing you is through source frequency, okay? A lot of you call this God. A lot of you call this your higher power. A lot of you call this unconditional love. The wording is not very important. The feeling is what's important, okay? So I want you to all place your hands on your heart. I'm seeing intuitively select if you want to do right and then left or left and then right. So kind of feel each. Try placing your hands on your heart in both of these patterns and see which one feels a little bit more comforting. So just try to kind of feel it out. Which one feels more comforting? Which one feels more authentic? And then get your hands settled on your heart, and I want you to all drop in for this, okay? Drop in. I want you to drop your eyes shut for a moment. And just ask, what need am I denying myself? And then take a deep breath. Go ahead and again, we're going to ask it again. Maybe a new way will come through this time, but what need am I denying myself? Okay. Now we're going to go deeper, all right? Whatever came up for you, there's something deeper than that, okay? So someone's saying money, there is something so much deeper than money that you need, okay? There's so much deeper than money. Please go deeper. Go deeper. You are not getting to where you need to be if you are saying things like money. Okay? So let's do this again. Let's just do this one more time. Okay, as a group. What need am I denying myself? Pollywog, I'm very close to blocking you. I offer free healings here, and if you become disruptive in the space, this is what I will do so that you all are aware. I will block you. We're all doing some work here, all 46 of us, okay? So that one girl is sharing connection. That is a beautiful, beautiful insight. Does anyone want to be brave and share what revealed to you in this moment? What need is it that you're denying yourself? Patience and forgiveness, my voice, love, stability. Okay. So now I want you to just find in your consciousness. Maybe you'll have your guides support you. I'm seeing all of your guardian angels are with you. True community. Ask your guides right now. You're supported. I'm seeing all your guides with you. Some of you don't see them. You don't sense them. You don't know they're there. They are there. Now ask your guides of the highest Christed light, your team in spirit, what can I start doing now to start fulfilling this need for myself? Ask this question within yourself. I am not giving you the answers. You are getting the answers yourself. So I want you to ask that. What small change can I make in my life that will start providing this unmet need to myself? And remember, these are not things that are outside you. These are not things that are going to be dependent on someone else's conscious choice to give it to you. This is something you are choosing. This is something you are the creator of. This is something you are going to bring to yourself through your sovereign, divine, co-creative abilities. Okay. I'm seeing all of your guides. They're working with all of you to help reveal some things to you. Show you where you're denying your needs and then show you how to shift this. You're going to start shifting this. You're going to start providing these needs that you have to yourself. It's not going to come from a partner, one of your children, a parent, a caregiver, a aunt, uncle, grandparent, teacher, healer, channeler. It's not going to come from any of those beings. It is going to come from inside of you. It is going to be a wellspring inside of you. I know some of you are thinking this isn't the normal TikTok I'm used to. No, it is not. Okay, I'm getting guided to pull some cards. I'm just going to do some light language to get myself a little bit more acclimated. They're showing me walls within the heart. They're showing me flowers, and they're showing me the flower petals going, they're showing me a plant called nightshade, where this plant only opens in the night. Okay. Okay, they're saying right now you'll find it easy to sense the time of day or night where you can get really in touch with the deepest aspects of you, the most soulful aspects of you. They're saying, keep in mind, you can always do this, but some of you are going to have, they're showing me all of you like these different time spans where you get really like deep into the magic of life and the magic of yourself and the love of yourself. Bought yourself a dozen red roses. That is absolutely so beautiful, Don. The reason this is coming up too is last night I had a very soul nourishing gathering with 4 of my very best girlfriends that I've had since I was a child. And what some of my girlfriends were talking about was that they come alive at night. And they really, it's like their light turns on at night. And I don't resonate with that personally. I'm a very morning person. This is why I show up in the morning a lot to do these offerings. But what they're showing me is that all of you would be really benefited to embrace whatever this is for you, like timing of day. Because what they're showing me is some of you are judging yourself. You're judging yourself for being morning people. You're judging yourself for being night people. You're judging yourself for being particular about your timing, being particular about... We're going really deep in this session. Okay. They're also showing me that a lot of you don't feel safe to open your heart with certain people. I see. And they're showing me too, sometimes when you're around certain people, your flower opens. Sometimes you're around certain people, your flower closes. What they're wanting you to do when we talk about this right now is if you find people in your life that your heart flower closes, are these people that are around you a lot? What would it be like if you were to open your heart around these people you're afraid to open your heart to? Could you do it? Would it be possible for you? They're also saying, do you know that when you close down your heart, even if it's to people that in the past historically have hurt you, you know that closing your heart hurts you, right? That's what they're saying. They're saying, you know that that's not the answer, right? They're saying closing down your heart, shrinking your heart, not letting your heart express, these are all things that only provide a level of perceived safety, but they're not real safety. They're only perceived, and they're fake perceptions. They're illusions. Having your heart closed doesn't do you any good. Okay? Having your heart closed doesn't help you. All right? It closes you off to your source connection. You can't connect with source with a closed down heart. So some of you are feeling really disconnected from source, God, creator. It's not because you actually are. It's just because you're not opening your heart. Angels. 4. We also have Archangel Michael coming and making sure to stay in the comments in case anyone decides to get a little cheeky. This is my most resonant archangel, Archangel Haniel. Heart breath, D. Being very conscientious of dropping those shoulders. Dropping those shoulders. Heart breath, holographic heart breath is a very powerful practice where you're breathing a lot of you, if it's been closed down for a while, when you first start to open it, you might feel crying, you might feel release, you might feel pain. Interesting. Can you explain how this ties in with making sure I have healthy boundaries? Thank you, Gina. What a beautiful question. I'm getting a download on this, so just give me a moment. They're saying place your boundaries in your aura, not your chakra fields. And they're showing me this imagery where they're showing me boundaries doesn't mean, okay, I'm not going to give this person or that person permission to my heart, or let's say my sacral plexus, which is where we connect with other human beings, other souls very deeply in an intimate capacity, beyond the sexual and more to what intimacy really is, which is a meeting of the souls. But what they're showing me is that a lot of you think that the boundaries are like, you're putting boundaries in your chakras. And that's not going to help you. Your boundaries are best placed in your aura. Okay? So it's best placed around your whole field. Because they're showing me if we do this thing where we think we are only bounding our heart, let's say. And let's just say these other beings are not attacking you in your heart. Sometimes these outer beings are going for your solar plexus. They want to get you to feel like shit about yourself. Okay? Or they know how to get to your third eye and manipulate the way you're programmed, and manipulate the way you're thinking, and manipulate the way you're conceptualizing of yourself and your life. So your boundaries are not best placed over one chakra. Your boundaries are best placed in your aura to say, this is something I am not open to. This is something I say no to. This is something that I will not allow in my field. So they're saying take your boundaries from, I'm going to close down my heart around this person. I'm going to close down my third eye around this person. I'm going to close down my root around this person. I'm going to close down my throat around this person, because a lot of you are doing this. They're saying if you feel you need protection, put those protections in your aura. Don't put them in your chakra fields. Because if you put them in your chakra fields, you're going to become unbalanced and wonky. So if you're only, let's say, you're only blocking the third, you're only protecting over the third eye, you're only protecting around the throat, you're only protecting around the heart, you are susceptible. You're susceptible. So it's more about a holistic approach of saying to yourself, I am a sovereign divine being. What I will not tolerate in my field are judgments, are attacks, are projections, are cruelty. Whatever it is, like you say, this is a no for me. I won't accept this. This is a no for me. I'm putting a boundary up here. But then you put that boundary up in the aura. Don't put just the boundary up in the heart, because it might not even be coming at your heart. Is this coming through clearly? Because this is pretty powerful stuff. Are you all hearing me? Is this penetrating? Is this helping you see more clearly the way that you're working your shields? Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm going to do a little aura sweep because we just did a lot of work. Remember, these lasting shifts, your perceptions are changing. It's not just someone waving a magic wand. This is you that is shifting your life. You are changing your own life. You are changing your own programming. You are changing your own mental structures. And in doing so, you're creating a more delightful experience of consciousness and of your life. You're becoming more aware of things that potentially you hid from yourself within your ego. And remember, the ego is not bad. We are not going to villainize the ego. We cannot do this anymore, people. This was even coming up last night with my girls. We are not going to villainize this ego. This is a tactic of what I will simply call the controllers. They want you to deny your ego because that's the mechanism that these beings work with to manipulate you. So it's not deny your ego. It's understand your ego. What is my ego saying? What is my ego doing? What is my ego believing? Don't deny it though. I'm seeing Alan Watts in my consciousness. We are not creating this dynamic with the ego that the ego is the villain. If we do this, we're disconnecting ourselves from our place of power. Because your soul is eternal. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is eternal. Some of you don't know this. You forgot this. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is eternal. Your ego only stays with you in this life. So it's up to you to be the steward of it. If you're not going to be the steward of your own ego, you're leaving your ego available to any other being that might want to manipulate it and shape it and make it whatever they want for their own self-benefit. So be aware of your ego. Don't deny it. We can't come into a physical incarnation without an ego. Now in spirit, it's different. In spirit, your soul doesn't have an ego. Okay? In spirit, your soul does not have an ego. But when you're in a form, when you're in a physical form, you have an ego. Yeah, and it's for your help, it's for your benefit. You cannot survive here without an ego. Okay, so my daughter said I only have a short amount of time to do this today. She was like, you can only do it for half an hour, Mom. And I didn't write down when I started. So we're going to do... My guides are giving me like a thumbs up in my consciousness, and they're saying we did the shadow work portion of the session. We've done that. So that's fun. We did a lot of shadow work in this first section of this. This is a healing. This is a full-blown healing for those of you that are open and available to allow that for yourself and conduct that for yourself. Yes, it can. PTSD can affect the ego, for sure. PTSD is definitely a structure that is, they're kind of showing me this energetically. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychotherapist. I need to be very clear about this. I'm just a channel. I'm a soul that's bringing these things through from higher dimensional aspects of my own oversoul. But what they're showing me about PTSD is that it does kind of touch the soul. So it's not just the ego that PTSD is a part of, but they're showing me that it's like cords, and it kind of structures itself within the ego, but then it kind of starts to get deeper than the ego. So they don't want me to go further than that. I hope that that will suffice in some way, Eric. Because that's, PTSD is something that I would really want you to work with a psychotherapist on. Just to be perfectly forthright and real with you. Energetic work would be a support structure for this, but psychotherapy would be where I would guide anyone who is becoming aware of their own PTSD. Things like Akashic Records reading would be, that would be a support along with it, but my guides are just saying that therapy is a very strong proponent in healing things like PTSD. Okay, let's get another message. I'm seeing something coming into my consciousness. I just don't know what it is. EMDR is helpful for PTSD. Beautiful. I've got a friend who does that. Very cool. There's a spiritual capacity to it, but there's also definitely a psychological capacity to this. We need to not neglect our psychology. It is a very big part of, especially the ego. Tree of Life. It's a 10. Circle of Life, clear energies and channel. Okay, so who here is a channel? Any of you channels? Are you channeling anything? Gina? Chelsea? Okay. My daughter is too, and she's going to come out here and tell me to get off. Can I have 10 more minutes? that okay? Okay, thank you, sweetie. Hold on just a second, everybody. You want to talk on it?
I want you to pause that.
I can't pause it. I'll be done in 10 minutes, okay? So we're going to wrap up at 11. Chelsea, that's so cool. They really hear this stuff, huh? They're like, what's... Animals and children, whenever I'm working with people, they tend to come into the frame. That's okay. I usually try to be very cautious about my wording. I do, occasionally say like a swear word, and I don't like to do that in front of children because I don't want to be the one that gives them that pattern. You too. Okay, so you're feeling tightness in the chest. Some tapping might be very helpful for that. Also, drink some water. Also, whenever you're feeling tightness, start bringing your consciousness to softening. It might not work at first because you're like thinking that you can't, but bring your consciousness to softening any areas that are tight. Let's just all do this together now. Let's just do a body scan together. Let's just start at the top of the head. Just scan the top of the head, maybe soften the top of the head. Let's relax the jaw. Let's relax the back of the head. Let's relax the face, the brow. Relax your neck, your throat. Relax your shoulders, drop your shoulders. I'm seeing a lot of you hunching, a lot of you irking those shoulders up, up, up. That closes down the heart, so just let them settle, let them drop, let them settle, let them drop. Now just scan your chest, your arms, your fingertips. Everything that we're observing right now, we are observing with source frequency. So we're going to just observe with source frequency our torso, our lower backs, our hips, our legs, our feet. Just observe your physical structure with source frequency. Just observe. Now observe your mind. Observe your perceptions. Observe your programming. Observe your connections. And then return back to this present moment. Feeling maybe a little bit lighter, a little renewed, a little softer, a little more calm, a little more at ease. I'm feeling all of you have a shift, a lightening, a freeing of your soul within your being. Some of you here are afraid of channeling. Does anybody want to be brave and tell me that that's you? I'm seeing a few movies that made you all afraid of this. Okay. You had a download once and it freaked you out. All right. So if you're not hearing anything, know that your channeling can come through in many different capacities and different ways. I would start with just bringing source frequency. You're activating your pillar of light. Activating your pillar of light, and just begin by channeling your pillar of light. Channeling source frequency through your mind, through your body, through all of it. Some of you will be a little bit more verbal in this. Some of you, your hands will start to move and the light language will get going. Some of you, your clairaudience will be active. Some of you, your clairvoyance will be active. Some of you, your clairsentience will be active. Some of you, your claircognizance will be active. So when you start channeling, some of you are going to be really kind of adventuring through, experimenting through the capacities with which your channeling gift streamlines through you. And I would encourage all of you to be open to that. So because my guides are showing me if you're holding on to one of them, like let's say you really want it to be a verbal channel, or you really want it to be a something that you hear through your clairaudience. Don't grip any of these. Kind of like allow it to be. And that's why I typically will guide you to having many things available to you when you start channeling. So, in other words, you might want to have a notepad in front of you, your camera in front of you, you might want to be in nature. You might want to be, some of you would be really benefited to do this in nature. Also, some of you, Pinky Dragonfly is mentioning, sometimes these channels do just drop in. So you won't be asking for them, but you'll get a download. This is what we refer to as a download. And if that's occurring for you, I really invite you to explore it. To just explore it. It's not about how am I going to turn this into a business. It's not about what is this supposed to look like. It's not about, well, what would this do? What would this mean? What would this open me to? Blah, 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 blah. Just every single day, channel source frequency through your being. This is what I would guide you to. Every single day, channel source frequency, which is, what is source frequency? Let's talk about it. Unconditional love. Source frequency is unconditional love. Okay? Unconditional love. No conditions. Unconditional love. So a lot of you are programmed for conditional love. So when you first start channeling unconditional love from source, it's going to be a little overwhelming because you're going to dislodge and remove anything that you're holding on to that's of condition. It's going to release from you. So a lot of you, it's not going to be about, oh, I want to channel the message. I want to channel the blah, blah, blah. It's going to be about channeling your own oversoul flow through your being again and again and again. And let it be, 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 let it be. I channeled for almost a full year without releasing any of it to the public. Okay? In case that's a little nugget for some of you. Not that my story and my experience is going to be yours, because yours may be very different. But the other thing with channeling is if it gets overwhelming, I don't have to do this anymore, but you might need to in the beginning. If your channeling gets to be too much, it's like all the time you're getting downloads and you can't even live your life. You can do things like setting the intention, the clear intention. Today, I am a closed channel. Today, I am a closed channel, or right now, I'm a closed channel. I'll open it up when I'm ready. Because being a 100% of the time open channel at the start, it's probably going to be too overwhelming for most of you. I'll be real. So just know that it's up to you. You're the sovereign divine creator of this, and you get a say in how it's going to come through. You don't necessarily get a say in how it's going to come through, but you do get a say in when it comes through. Okay? So you can, if it gets overwhelming, say the statement of that you're a closed channel for a temporary time, and then open it back up again once you feel apt to, or you feel integrated. Because sometimes the stuff comes in, you're going to have to integrate it for like a week. You know, if you're getting something that's big that's coming in, it's really shifting you, it's removing a lot of your old perceptions, you might need to just go low and slow for a while to integrate it. Maybe take some more rest, maybe drink some more water, maybe Go lighter with your exercise practices. Maybe go even, some of you, it'll be the opposite. Sometimes some of you will need to pick up the pace, get more physical. Everyone's going to be different. I would really encourage you to just go with what feels light and right for you. Light and right. And let me just ask this other deck over here some questions. What dimension are we in with this transmission? Like, what? What's going on here? What dimension are we in? 4, 9. I see. We're doing some really ninth dimensional work here today, but in the body. The clubs represent body, physical, physical, physical. And the 9, and then we have blissful closure. This makes perfect sense for the end of this year. Because the 9, this year, a lot of stuff would have closed for you. A lot of stuff would have ended. A lot of stuff shifted for you. You're probably this is what they want us to do. Scan yourself like December of last year. How were you? What was life for you? What kind of person were you? I don't know. What was going on for you like last December? Okay, now like how is that different from now? You're a different person probably, right? I'm sure none of you are sitting in the exact same being that you were a year ago. And if you are, that's fine. I don't know. That's fine. Yeah. 180 degrees different. Yeah. So different. So much shifted this year. Big changes. So much has happened and changed. I don't think I was aware back then. Interesting. Maybe just less aware. Absolutely different. So let's just as a collective, let's just give gratitude and thanks to each of ourselves. Thank yourself. Maybe give yourself a hug. Thank you. Thank you for letting... I'm so grateful to myself for letting all of that go. I'm so grateful for myself that I loved myself enough to make some changes. I'm so grateful for myself to open and expand into these awarenesses and these new perspectives and new tune-ins of who I am, what this earth is, what the cosmos are, what all of this is for. It's for experience. We're all here to experience. And just to put the cherry on top of the transmission, the things that we don't like about planet Earth, those are all the things that are programmed structures to keep us in separation consciousness. So as you're letting go of that, recognize that there are many versions of Earth. There are many versions of you, even this you, in this body. Many versions. It's a multi-dimensional reality, everybody. So every time you think you're going to go one way or the other way, there's a version of you that went the other way. Okay? It's much more elaborate than we possibly will ever be able to grasp in the human. But be grateful that you let go of everything that was no longer serving you. Be grateful that you are anchoring higher frequency versions of your soul right here, right now. And you're going to continue to. And I promise you, when next December, those of you that stayed on this transmission and you resonated with this, you were able to stay through it, through the heart opening and all the stuff. You're going to be doing a similar dance next December. You're going to be doing a similar dance to what you're doing right now, where you're going to go, whoa, I'm so much lighter. I'm so much more me. I'm so much more in love. I'm so much more in my authentic flow. I'm so much more available and in touch with all of these beautiful connections that are right here, right now, available to me, heart connections, beautiful opportunities, artistic creations. Some of you are going to be writing books, creating courses, creating spaces to gather, yoga studios, healing facilities, retreats. Yep, you're all going to do some amazing things in this coming year. Let it move through you. It's a gift. It's a gift that you are not keeping to yourself, these gifts. So I encourage you to the channeling, not just because it's going to help you out. I encourage you to the channeling because it's going to help so many others out as well. Especially when you're doing that very, very important proponent of plugging into source frequency. I have many courses. You can check out my link tree for all of my offerings. This is going to be in the Energy Healing membership, which is $11 a month. And one-to-ones open back up in January. They're open now if you want to book with me for Akashic readings. I'll be doing them only for one more year. And the workshop, those of you that were here really doing that heart work, you will absolutely love my Integrating High Frequency Light Codes workshop. It's one live Zoom plus a ton of other transmissions that I just throw in the container whenever it's relevant. So sometimes I'll be sitting and I'll get a download about the people that are going to be in this container and that are already in the container. And I'll channel a message directly to the group. And then I upload it in the container. And then the Zoom is going to be a really beautiful opportunity for anything that you're still tidying up or struggling with in the way of integrating high frequency light codes is a pretty important topic for 2026. Because you guys think the light was coming in a lot in the last few years. Well, it's going to pick up. The support we're getting from these higher dimensional beings, it's going to pick up in 2026. It'll be picking up a lot. So we really need to kind of figure ourselves out. Like, figure out how, because when you sit with a high frequency, it does a lot to your body. First of all, like every one of your cells is like, hello, I'm alive again. I'm ready to go. And everything gets unified. So like if you were operating from a separation consciousness and now you're in a unified field, you might feel, sometimes you, like even in the beginning, you might feel, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like you might even feel like a sense of boredom or like it's too calm. Or like, wait a second, where's all the drama? Or like, wait a second, where's all the struggle? Or, oh no, I don't have any more problems to fix. Like that's what the consciousness of our ego will kind of like do when we're first taking in these high frequency light codes. That's why it's so important for us to figure out, each of us individually, our best way of integrating the high frequency light codes. Because it's one thing to go to the angelic realms and realize everything is unconditional love. Then you come back to planet Earth and you see how humans be being. So integration is just such a crux of all of it. It's a really important energetic for all of you to welcome yourself to and explore in your own way and figure out what works for you, what grounding rituals, what grounding practices work for you, what type of hydration is best for you, what type of cleansing practices are best for you. Is it salt baths? Is it hands-on trees? Is it qigong? Is it yoga? Is it more meditation? Is it more silence? Is it more rest? Is it more, for some of you, connection? So after you bring in high frequency light codes, you'll feel the need to connect more. Okay. My guides are like, they're kind of like, they're doing this very comical thing where they're kind of like floating off, kind of like fairy godmothers, just like, bye-bye. We love you. That's what they're doing. Any of you that have your clairvoyance on, you will see that. Or claircognizance, you'll just know it. Or clairsentience, you'll be like, whoa, my body, it's like mine again. I do have a YouTube and there's so much stuff on there. If you love this, go binge that. Actually, don't binge that. Let me recorrect. Do not binge my YouTube. Do not binge my YouTube, people. Know that everything that's on my YouTube, like, I had to integrate, all right? So, like, I channel those messages, and then I have to sit with that, all right? So don't binge my YouTube, but do check out my YouTube because there's a ton on there. And if you're like, you know what, Bree, I really like what you're doing right here and right now, and this is great, but I don't have any money. I get it. Okay, I was there. I'm not here to gouge anyone. I'm not here to make your banks break. I'm here to help. So if you are loving this and you just want more, but you can't afford it, my YouTube is free, and I take commercials off. So please know that I really truly am. I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve love. I'm not here to serve any more of this separation consciousness, hatred, breaking down paradigms. I'm here to help us let go of those breaking down paradigms. All right, so we're going to do what we normally do every single time. So those of you that are new, this is what we do at the end. We're going to take a deep breath and we're going to hold it. So I want you to pick a few frequencies right now to breathe in and hold. So I'm going to pick gratitude, and heart connections, and love. So let's do it. Ready? Pick yours. Take a deep breath. Hold. 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 And release. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate every single one of you. May you be wrapped in love and the remembrance of who you truly are. Namaste.